Hi, I was given these markers from Utillo to review and give you my honest opinion. So they come 8 in a pack, 9 in a pack. There are 5 black and 4 white, and it's really easy to use. So I'm going to show you some different material that I have to show you how the pens work. So I have a glass jar. I have 2 pieces of ceramic. One is matted and one is glossy. I have a canvas bag and a little piece of wood decoration. So let's see how it works. First off, you want to get the pen started. So you're going to grab a pen. I'm going to start with white. And so you just want to shake it up a little bit. All the pens have the direction right on the pen. So you're going to shake it up. It says about 20 times to get the paint moving. Then you're going to uncap it. Then grab a pen, a paper, and you're just going to start to release the pen by pushing the tip down. So you can see you're just going to push it down a couple times until you see the paint flowing. So you can see the white paint is starting to come towards the tip. So I'm going to keep going until I get some marks on my paper here. Okay, so you see some paint. So I'm going to start on the canvas first, canvas bag, and I'm just going to draw a simple heart, just to see how it works and how the fabric absorbs the paint. So first off, the paint comes out really smooth. It's really easy to work on the canvas, even though my canvas is a little wrinkled, but it worked really well. And when you need a little bit more paint, you just push down the point into your paper or your fabric. Depends on what your project is. So I'm going to see if I can do this heart on the other side without any stencil. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So you could also fill in the heart with the paint. It's definitely able to accommodate that, and there's plenty of paint in it. So I put my palm on top of the paint, but I didn't smear it. It was already starting to dry fast. So I'm just going back over the lines and making them a little bit darker. So these are really fun to use, and I can imagine all the projects that you can have fun with it and using like different colors. So I only have the black and the white set, but I'm going to look into what other colors they have because these are really good quality and the paint comes out really smoothly. So I'm just going to add a couple more little hearts or the word love. I'm writing the word love to see how it writes and how smooth it is and give you an idea. So you can totally use these to write words, make shapes, color it in. Okay, so I'm gonna use the black one next. So you can see this is a medium tip, and all of them are medium tips. So now I'm gonna use the black one. I'm getting it prepped. I'm shaking up the paint so it mixes up well. These all have a lot of paint in them, so you can get a lot of projects done with these 9 markers. So again, I'm pushing the pen tip down on my paper until I get the black paint all the way to the tip. So you can see it's starting to come down. So I'm going to keep pushing until it's all the way at the end and I get some paint on my paper. Then I know it's ready. All right. So I'm going to go over the word love that I did just so that you can see it a little bit better with the black paint versus the white paint. So you can see it really came out nice and smooth. There's no blotches or big splatters of paint. I'm making a little heart and filling it in. I'm going to do another little heart over here. It's really fun and really easy to use these pens to fill in your project. Okay, so I'm gonna do some white on top of the black just to see how that works. I'm just gonna do simple little dots. Gonna have to invest in some smaller tips for this detail work, but these work just fine for this project. Okay, so that's my canvas bag. It's super cute. I can add more to it later. All right, so we're gonna try the ceramic tiles. And again, I have a matted one and a glossy one. So I'm gonna use black because they're white tiles, otherwise you wouldn't see what I'm doing. So just gonna very simply write some words on here. It writes really smooth. There's no big blotches of ink. It's not smearing or running. So you can do a lot with these markers, and the projects that you can make are endless. Okay, let's try the matted one. So thinking of what I want to write. Okay, so I'm just gonna write, bless this home. And again, you can see that the paint is coming out smoothly and not blotching anywhere or smearing. So these markers are really good. They're really gonna be a fun paint marker to have to work on projects. Okay, so finishing up this little bit, you can see that it's not smearing or rubbing off, and how smooth it is when I write. All right, so our next project is going to be the wooden piece of decoration. And again, I can't do white because it's a white background, but if I had different color markers, I would do it. But for now, I'm just gonna do the black paint marker. And I'm just gonna write, welcome to our home. And if I had other colors, I would make, different designs. But I only have black and white, so that's what I'm going with. But it writes really nicely on the wood little piece here that I have. Smooth. It's not bleeding into the wood, which is great, and it's not causing blotches even after I've done multiple projects. And all of them have 2 to 3 millimeter, that's the tip. I was trying to see how much paint each one has, but I don't see that information. So, but you have 9 total, so you have a lot to work on and to use for projects. So again, it would be really easy to color in flowers or whatnot. Now I'm going to try it on glass, and I can use my white marker because it's a clear background, so you'll be able to see it. So I'm just shaking it up just in case it needed to have a little bit of mixture. And I'm just going to do a simple heart. I like using these jars and recycling them to give away starter for my sourdough. So I'm going to fill in this heart, and it really fills in nicely. Some markers will kind of erase the paint if you go over it when you're coloring it in, but this one works really nicely to fill in. So again, would be really fun to do with different colors, or just decorate your glassware with names. So they're quick drying, they're permanent, so they won't smear or chip, and you can run your items through the dishwasher or the washing machine without any issue. So, and they paint on anything, as you've seen. I've used it on wood, fabric, glass, but you can also use them on leather, paper, plastic. You can do rocks, so rock painting in the summer. You can do tires, porcelain, and even metal. So these are great. I'm really glad I was able to do this review, and I hope that you found it helpful.